It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ben Kilham.
Well, thank you for having me here today. I want to make a few comments about the film. All those scenes where Squirty is false charging me and things like that were not shot by the Discovery Channel. In these films, I shoot most of the video. In this film, more than 30 minutes of the video was shot by me doing my research. And I've used cameras to document my work because of my unconventional methods. Being dyslexic, I have done things my own way. I haven't used the modern scientific method, which would be coming up with a hypothesis and doing an experiment, and collecting lots of data, and then using math and statistics to figure out whether you got an answer or not. I've simply gone out and observed the real world and documented it. And I used cameras and still cameras and video cameras because I didn't think people would believe me if I just told them what I saw. I was seeing things that was far different than the scientific world had ever documented before. Bears were supposed to be solitary animals. That was the only contact they had with each other was with their family, with their cubs, and with their mates during the mating season. And I found them to be highly social animals. And the traditionally social animal is like a wolf or a chimpanzee that has a territory and all the family members live within that territory. All their resources are available within that territory. And there's a hard hierarchy for the allocation of those resources. But the bear's social behavior is not like that. The bear's social behavior, they're unable to form these territories because their food supply is diverse on the landscape, and the closest thing they have is a female home range that is controlled by the females because their cubs have very short legs. So these female home ranges are evenly dispersed on the landscape, and their food supply is the highest quality foods in the forest, and they are unevenly dispersed on the landscape. So these are nuts, berries, and ants, bees, and grubs. So at any time, one female bear can have a huge surplus and her immediate neighbor can have nothing. And this leads to a system of sharing, a type of behavior called reciprocal altruism, where they share with unrelated individuals. And the only other mammal that has this type of social behavior are humans. And this has been a type of social behavior that has been previously undescribed, and it can go a long way in explaining how we behave the way we behave, because every one of us has a beast within us. We're acting on behaviors that started millions of years ago, and now we have a modern world, and they don't always make sense to us. So that's been the basis of what I've learned. And even though when I started out, when I graduated from college, I had very poor grade scores, and my test scores were erratic, and I failed to get into graduate school. Now at age 60, I'm in graduate school. And the professors have recognized my work and given me credit for everything that I've taught myself over the last 20 years and what I've discovered, and have given me an opportunity to get a PhD simply based on what I've taught myself and my own methods. And it's given me an opportunity to publish in scientific journals, which I was unable to do. Lacking a degree and lacking knowing how to format my work in the correct way, I had no access to professional journals. And so the only way I could get my word out was lecturing in my popular books, which you have here among the bears, and I have a new book coming out this fall, which will be called Out on a Limb, a kind of a twist on my life and the bear's life.